Planning Authority meeting for this afternoon, the 22nd of October, 2025. I want to welcome the staff members who are here with us, elected members, the Lord Mayor Anna Reynolds, Councillor John Kelly, and Councillor Bill Harvey, and myself, Councillor Mike Dutta. And I also want to welcome anyone who is watching this live stream. Apologies, we have apologies from the following elected members. The Deputy Lord Mayor, Dr. Zelinda Sherlock, Councillor Gemma Kitsos, Councillor Ryan Passault, Councillor Ben Lohberger, and Alderman Louise Bloomfield. Acknowledgement to country. In recognition of the deep history and culture of this place, I wish to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land upon which the city of Hobart was built. I also acknowledge the determination and resilience of the Palawa people of Tasmania, who have survived invasion and dispossession and continue to maintain their identity, their culture, and their rights. I also recognize the value of the continuing Aboriginal knowledge and cultural practice, and I pay my respect to the elders past and present. Item number 2, confirmation of minutes. Someone would like to move?
Moved.
The Lord Mayor moved. Thank you very much. All in favour?
Right.
Carried unanimously. Consideration of supplementary items, there being none. Number 4, indications of conflict of interest. Are there any? No. Number 5, transfer, there being none. Number 6, planning authority items, there is no deputation. Number 7, community acting now as planning authority. I just remind ourselves of that. And 7.1.110, Selfs Point Road, Newtown, parcel change of use.
Move that, Chair.
Moved. Have you moved the recommendation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Support. Yep.
Anyone would like to speak to that? Any
No.
comments, any questions? No, I'll put that. All in favour?
Aye.
Those against, carried unanimously. 7.1.2,
Happy to move that as well.
moved by Councillor Harvey. Any questions, any queries?
Yes, I
The
do.
Lord Mayor.
I understand that this land was acquired compulsory acquired by the City of Hobart in 2007 with the purpose of being for a walkway, or the Battery Point Walkway. And given, you know, it's a fairly significant thing for a council to acquire land, presumably pay some compensation for it. There was an absence of any background in the report as to whether what's proposed is consistent with the council's interests and the council's decision. And I also note that this doesn't expire until the 5th of November. So I'm just wondering whether it would be possible for us to, potentially get some more information on how this, in the report, or just separately as to how this, this might impact on the council's decision. So we defer it till the 5th of November, which is when it expires.
So one of the specific questions, it would be, if we own the land, they've got a right, they've taken out a licence over it, have they? And we can terminate that licence when we feel like it?
Can we ask the President to answer, please?
Yeah, Chair. So there was an existing licence there that kind of dealt with the previous kind of alignment. They've adjusted it because it was actually in front of the other property. So really it was just realigning the structure. So there is a condition advice on there, one, that the licence needs to be redrafted and reflect the kind of current arrangement, because it's not in the exact same kind of location it was previously. So that would be something that would need to be arranged and agreed upon by council's lawyers in looking at that. As to the history, the officer did look into the property file. It wasn't kind of clearly apparent, why that kind of arrangement was kind of undertaken originally. But look, I think the situation is there that there was already existing jetty in that location. It's shifting it, and it's a similar issue that's going to kind of come up across that kind of foreshore with the Battery Walkway in any case.
But I guess just for a due diligence thing, that some of that information should be available to us, because the council, you know, made a decision to purchase and compulsory require it is obviously important, and I just sort of feel like I mean, I appreciate the verbal feedback, but I just feel like it needs a little bit more.
Yeah, look,
You know, what was the intention for the purchase? How would this potentially impact it or not? And what would be, you know, it's just because in terms of our decision making, the only reason it's here before us is because it's council land.
yeah.
And I don't feel that, given that there's quite enough in there about, yeah, the purpose we made it council land and how this might be affected, and just some things that would help the decision. Given it doesn't expire till the 5th of November, we've got time, I think, so. So that's why I propose to defer it, probably.
All right, so Councillor Lohberger, you've just walked in, thank you. And we were looking at 7.1.2 with regards to 11 Marine Terrace matter. And the Lord Mayor has raised an issue with regards to the land that was acquired under compulsion with the objection, with the objective of using that, you know, in the future for the Battery Point Walkway. I understand if that is the correct interpretation of what was said. Now, in light of that, she's asking for more information, and this is not due until the 5th of November, and she has now moved a deferment motion with regards to that. So I just want you to understand the background before I put that motion.
Thank you, Chair. We might just have, I'm sorry I was late. I was called in to try to make quorum, but I understand we made it anyway. But anyway, here I am. I might just have to take us back to point 4 and just say I'd like to recuse myself from this particular matter. So I'll leave the room.
Can I just clarify one more thing? Can we terminate it? This needs to be answered as well. Can we terminate it if required? The agreement. Once we've signed an agreement, that's it forever.
Through you, Chair, look, I have to get some advice from the council lawyers just on those. They are licensed kind of agreements, so there are certain elements of that agreement. So look, that's something we can kind of cover off if the deferral is supported and provide some information.
All right, I'll support the deferral.
Yeah, with that, I think, you know, it's important to get the full information. So I'll put that deferral motion then. Yeah.
Move it. Yep.
Yeah. I move the motion be put. Those in favour?
Aye.
Those against? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Thank you very much. We now move to 8.1, Planning Advertising Applications Report. Someone moved that it received be noted. Moved Councillor Harvey, thank you. Any questions?
Just a question. 63 Davey Street. That's on the old Navy site, isn't it? And that'll come to council anyway. It seems very cheap, like it's less than $5 million. And then the other one in Battery Point, which is a similar size, is $30 million. Is that some of the costings that are put against these? Is that, I guess, is that just what you're given, or do officers try and make an assessment of that?
Yeah, through you, Chair. Michael, what?
Through Chair, that number's nominated by the applicant in their application.
Great. And the other one that I noticed was, it was a little bit more value than the Davey Street one, but wasn't coming to us, which was at St John's Park. It was a $5 million value one. But that one didn't seem to trigger the major development, even though it was worth more than the Davey Street one. I was just wondering about that. What's that?
So we'll just check the delegations 1 second.
I think it was, where is it? It was St John's Park, it was some sort of hospital. Is it, or $5 million?
Yeah, so the delegation, so the cost, when it's relating to a cost, is only for council as the applicant. The other qualifications are when it's over 2,000 metres square floor area or in excess of 3 stories in height. Are the kind of the triggers in terms of the scale of the development. So yeah, it works over 1 million.
Yep.
Council as the applicant. So
I see.
otherwise, it's just a scale of floor area and height.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? No, I put that. All in favour?
Aye.
Carried unanimously. Thank you. 8.2, delegated decision reports. Someone moved by Councillor Harvey. Thank you. Any questions?
No.
No? Okay, I'll put that. Those in favour? Aye. Those against? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Someone moved that we received and noted 9.1 to 9.5, responses to questions without notice. Thank you. Councillor Harvey moved. All in favour? Carried unanimously. Item 10, questions without notice. Are there any questions? No, no questions. Someone will move. Item 11, moved by Councillor Harvey. Thank you.